Hello people, you're welcome to my page Nerdy Corner. My name is Chineze, Chichi for short, and I'll be anchoring this page. This page is for book lovers. Read it, you come here, we'll talk about it. Any kind of book, from fiction to African writers to biographies to autobiographies. Just read that book, novel, and we'll talk about it here. Now, for our very first session, we'll be talking about Chimamanda Adichie's The Thing Around Your Neck. This book was published in 2009 and I just read it for the first time last month, this year, 2025. I've never been a fan of short stories because I've always felt like that just when you're settling into the story, you're getting a feel of it, it comes to an abrupt end. But a random encounter at Roving Heights one day changed it. I met this guy who said he loves short stories, and I asked why. He said it's because you can ascribe to it any ending you want, and it stayed with me. And I decided, okay, might as well do this one since I've read all of Chimamanda's books except this one, just because it's short stories. Now, the thing around your neck is literally not this medal I have around my neck or a piece of jewelry that you wear around your neck. No. The thing around your neck is a metaphor for those things that weigh us down, those things that keep us awake at night, those things that have us in a chokehold that we find difficult to share with another person. Now, the book is a collection of 12 stories exploring the lives of Nigerians, both home and abroad, as they navigate love, identity, loss, power, etc. Have you ever moved somewhere thinking your life is about to glow up, only for you to feel lost and unseen? These are some of the themes that The Thing Around Your Neck identifies. Each story hits hard, but the titles that had me are The American Embassy and Tomorrow is Too Far. Now let's begin with The American Embassy. It's a tale about a journalist during the Abacha regime who wrote pieces that attacked the administration. So one day, of course, the regime considered him a threat and decided to deal with him. So soldiers were sent to the house to go arrest the situation. Thankfully, the journalist had friends in high places who admired his courage and were able to warn him of the situation. So he was able to escape, leaving his wife and 4-year-old son. Upon getting to the house, the soldiers met the wife. They made some lewd comments to her, but one of the soldiers, stopped it. And then the 4-year-old child started crying. Now tell me why a soldier or anybody would shoot a gun at a 4-year-old child. And that was what happened. The boy was shot. And the mother, in a bid to douse the situation, imagined that it was palm oil spilled all over her son's shirt. But alas, it was blood and she lost him. So the plan was for her to go join her husband in America via the asylum route. But you know how us green passport holders are treated at the American embassy. So they started with the line of questioning a woman who, just a few days ago had lost her child. She wasn't in the right headspace for that interview. So she went, they started questioning her, and at some point she just tuned out, collected her documents and left. Imagine a mother dealing with that grief, the loss of her child, a 4-year-old innocent child who had nothing to do with whatever his dad or her husband published. The story is a sad one. It's a very sad one, and it calls to mind should the journalist not have done his job? Should he not have called out the administration? Was the price of losing his son worth it? These are the questions that come up, or the questions that I asked myself after reading the story. The second story that struck me is not any happier. The Tomorrow is Too Far. It's in fact, to summarize it, it is sibling rivalry. how a sister was jealous of her brother, who was her grandmom's favorite. Now, according to the grandmother, the boy is her son's son, not a Wadiana. In Igbo culture, Wadiana means the son of the daughter. You know, he doesn't bear the father's name, but he's a recognized son, but just as Wadiana. Now, the original son, that's the son of the family that continues the lineage of the father. You know, so this was the what's the word I'm looking for now? This was what the grandmother held on to and had this special love for this boy, but the sister was having none of it. So she plotted with her cousin to have her brother climb a tree to pluck mangoes for them. Was it mangoes or oranges? I can't remember now. But he climbed to pluck fruits for them. And are you stopping it? And she tricked him into thinking that there was a snake on the prowl. And the poor boy slipped and fell. Now, the shocking part was not that he even slipped and fell. The shocking part for me was that she stood there and watched as life slowly ebbed away from her brother, and she did absolutely nothing. She gave it some time before she went on to call her grandmom. And now, after calling the grandmom came, of course, hysterical, hitting her son, wake up, her grandson, wake up. But he did not budge. Then when her mother asked for the details of the death, when her mother asked for the details of the death, she told her mother that it was her grandmom that killed her son, her paternal grandmother. So imagine let me put her age at 15 years old max. Imagine a 15-year-old girl plotting and scheming to have her brother killed and just put the family in discord. Parents, what are we doing? What are we showing our children? What kind of examples are we setting? Do we favor one child over another? Are we objective in handling their disputes? Or do we feel, okay, because this one is a boy, because this one is a girl, okay, because this one is intelligent, because this one is this, because this one is that? So, you know, these are the questions that came to mind when I read this book. So who knows? Maybe I'll continue reading short stories. Have you read The Thing Around Your Neck? What did you think of the stories there? Which of the stories touched you in ways that you may never forget? Please feel free to share with me in the comment section. I'll be so happy to read from you. Thank you.